Hello, Times Cryptic, let's go. Leading article picked up, but ignoring editors. Conclusion. Nope. Bar right to suppress last of booze of fake origin. Nope. Point among squares in game. Nope. Burly seaman I fancy may be seen around a deep vessel of note. Fancy looks like an anagram indicator, and we've got 12 letters before fancy, and it's a 15-letter answer. So I think we are looking for an anagram of burly seaman I around a 3-letter word for deep, meaning with the definition being a vessel of note. Yeah, I think this is yellow submarine. I'm not going to check every letter, but it looks about right and it fits the 6-9 pattern, and it is a vessel of note if you regard of note as indicating a song. So the Yellow Submarine features in the song Yellow Submarine by the Beatles. A large study probing small fish and bird management. So probing looks like a large study is inside. Yeah, and this is falconry. So A is A, large is L, the clothing abbreviation. Study is con, probing small fish inside fry. That gives falconry, which is bird management, where the bird is a falcon. Insolence and criticism for cosmetic. This is lip gloss. Insolence is a lip, criticism is gloss, and lip gloss is a cosmetic. Function to bring in noodle soup in a liquid transfer system. Yeah, this is siphon. So function is SIN, short for sign, the mathematical function. To bring in noodle soup, to bring in pho, the Vietnamese noodle soup. That gives siphon, which is a system for transferring liquid. Rental abandoned after female pulls out. This is let. Yep. And this is not lip gloss, it's lipstick. Okay, let me revisit 10 across. Insolence is lip, criticism is stick, and lipstick is a cosmetic. 7 down, rental is let, abandoned is left. After female pulls out, well, F is the abbreviation for female, so left without F is let. Innermost nature without love, attempt to become passionate. This is sultry. Innermost nature is soul, without love, without O. Love stands for O because love is a score of 0 in tennis, and 0 looks like the letter O. Attempt is try, that gives sultry, which means passionate. Far-fetched European enthralled by right and left-wing figure repeatedly. So the definition looks like far-fetched. Okay, not getting that. Promote the redesigned camera accessory. So redesigned looks like an anagram indicator for promote the. And a camera accessory looks like a photometer. I can certainly see photo in promote the. Yeah, and I think meter is there as well. Yeah, okay. Borrowing many ideas, church backing the French reviews dismissing religious instruction. Wow, a 5-line clue. And I've no idea how that works. Book idiot opened but not finished. Notes follow this. I think this is bass clef. So book is B, idiot is ass, opened but not finished. Yeah, I think cleft means opened and not finished without its final letter. That gives bass clef, and notes, musical notes, follow a bass clef on a score. A spoof about class mostly is to invite trouble. This is ask for it. So A is A, spoof is skit, about class mostly, about most of form. That gives ask for it, which is to invite trouble. Bar, mostly wrong, to offer this form of the grape. Wow. Yeah, this is raisin. So bar, mostly, is most of rail. Wrong is sin. That gives raisin, which is a form of the grape because it's a dried grape. Guess there's 1 million in bequests. This is estimate. So an estimate is a guess. And 1 million is IM, M the abbreviation for million, in bequests in estate. Deceptive move in ruling. Yeah, ooh, gosh. Yes, this is feint. A feint is a deceptive move. And I think when you have ruled lines on paper, it's described as feint. I'm just wondering if this is E or A. It sort of feels like it could be both. And I'm thinking more of the deceptive move definition. But I think E is more likely. We'll see later. Doomed to receive reduced data. No. Gosh, okay, so do we have enough for this 5-line clue? Borrowing many ideas. Well, yes, this is eclecticism. That fits the definition. Church backing, well, church is CE for Church of England. Backing is a reversal indicator. The French is le, which is French for the. Reviews, dismissing religious instruction. Yeah, reviews is criticism, dismissing religious instruction, dismissing RI, the abbreviation for religious instruction. Phew. Now, 2 orphan clues, top right. I guess they're not orphans if they're linked. But 2 isolated clues. Spot, head removed. Delicate stuff. Well, delicate stuff is lace. And I think we're looking for a 5-letter word for spot, which ends lace. Head remove probably means remove the first letter of this 5-letter word for spot. But does place mean spot? Yes, a spot in the sun, a place in the sun. There we go. And C looks helpful. Far-fetched, that's recherché. European is E, the abbreviation. Enthralled or contained by. Right, R, the abbreviation. And left-wing figure repeatedly. Yes, okay, so the European is this E in second spot. Enthralled by right, the initial R. And then the left wing figure repeatedly is, well, it's Che and Che. Che Guevara is a left-wing revolutionary from the 1950s and 60s. But we've got 2 R's here, the one at the beginning and the one in the middle. So, far-fetched means recherche. European, E. Enthralled, E is enthralled by right, R, and left-wing figure, che, repeatedly. So the repeatedly applies to the R and the che. So E inside arche gives recherche. Now we do have a genuine orphan. Doomed to receive reduced data. So this is info. Info is reduced data. It's reduced because info is short for information, and it means data. Doomed. I wonder if info means doomed. That's the best I can come up with. Well, that's hopeless because there's nothing in the clue to indicate take away the R. Okay, I think the reduced doesn't apply to data. The reduced is part of the wordplay. So doomed to receive is info. Reduced without the R gives info, which is data. Great, that's the right-hand side done. 11 minutes down. Learn the moves in revolutionary soccer team. I might. Gosh, centre half fits, and that's a position in soccer. But I'm not seeing how the wordplay works. I in last place. Various papers distributed after union session. Gosh. Various papers distributed after union. Papers. Yeah, I think this is... It's not graffiti. Confetti, that's the word I'm thinking of. So... And I think this is... The whole thing is a cryptic definition. So whereas the normal clue has definition and wordplay, with this type of clue, it's purely definition, but the surface reading is different to the meaning which generates the answer. So confetti is bits of paper which is thrown after a wedding, and a wedding is a union. So with that in mind, various papers distributed after union session is simply a definition of confetti. However, the surface reading at first glance looks like it is in respect of a union of workers. Okay, more crossing letters. Surreptitious and quite lacking in attitude. Surreptitious. No, not getting that. Source of colour against capturing quantity of light. Nope. Racy phone message given to working church employee. Yeah, this is Sexton. So a racy phone message is a sext given to working next to on. That gives Sexton, which is a church employee. And centre half still fits. Family turning up outside old, part of theatre. Gosh, don't know. So let me look at the, well, there's some, let me revisit the downs from falconry. Leading article, picked up, but ignoring editor's conclusion. So, yeah, this is ahead. So ahead means leading. Article is a, the indefinite article in grammar. Picked up is heard, H-E-A-R-D. But ignoring editor's conclusion, well, the conclusion of editor is the letter R. So heard without R after A gives a head. Bar, right to suppress last of booze of fake origin. Gosh, I wonder if this is something like contraband. Point among squares in game. Yeah, I think this is 9 pins. So point is pin, I think. Among squares, among nines. 9 is a square because it's the square of the number 3. That gives 9 pins, which is a game. Decorative item, beginning to sparkle for a horse, not tail. Yeah, this is sequin. So a sequin is a decorative item. Beginning to sparkle is the initial letter of sparkle. And then for a horse is equine, not tail, not the last letter of equine. Rewrite government order after Conservative withdraws. This is edit. So to edit is to rewrite. Government order is edict. After Conservative withdraws, after removing C, the abbreviation for Conservative. Without air at first, heating elements retaining temperature. They don't provide much coverage. Well, I can see that G strings fits the letter pattern and the definition. So, without air at first is the initial letter of air, which is A. Heating elements, gas rings, retaining temperature, including T, the abbreviation for temperature, gives G strings, which are items of clothing which don't provide much coverage. Now, this surely begins counter, and a counter is a bar. Right to suppress lust of booze of fake origin, this is counterfeit. So bar is counter, right is fit, to suppress or contain last of booze, the last letter of booze, gives counterfeit, which means of fake origin. Rebuke, R and A, support for golf being curtailed. This is rate. To rate is to rebuke. R and A is simply the letters R and A, and the support for golf is TEE, which supports the golf ball in that game, being curtailed without its final letter. Now, 18 minutes down, let me do a very quick typo squiz. See if there's any howlers I can correct. All the acrosses look good. Yeah, downs look good, apart from this faint possibility. So, the bottom corner to go. Centre half still fits, so let me put this in and have a think about the word play. Yeah, moves is an anagram indicator for learn the. In revolutionary, gosh, what's the revolutionary? Not Shay. Learnthe. So the revolutionary soccer team, yeah, the soccer team is FC, short for football club. So it's an anagram of learn the. In FC reversed gives centre half, and then the definition is I might, which makes sense in the context of the preceding sentence. A centre half might learn the moves in a soccer team. Okay, so 15 down. Family, turning up outside old, part of theatre. Could this be stage door? I think the stage bit is likely to be correct. So, family, turning up, outside old. Old is probably O, the abbreviation. But Road gats doesn't mean family. Okay, let me have a look at 27 across, bearing in mind that the R might be wrong. Source of colour, against, capturing quantity of light. Yeah, this is crayon. So, a crayon is a source of colour. Against is con, pros and cons. Capturing quantity of light, capturing ray. Now this is bad news because both R and Y were letters I was hoping would be wrong, because then it would mean I would have to find a different answer to stage door, which I couldn't explain. And similarly with 25, where my first thought was fly. I thought fly meant surreptitious. Yeah, and it is. I think fly does mean surreptitious. And I think quite is fairly. I was quite confident. I was fairly confident. Lacking in attitude, lacking in air. So that explains fly. I haven't explained 15 down. So 21 minutes. Family. Turning up. Outside old. Old is aged. And family is roots. Fantastic. So roots turning up outside aged gives stage door, which is a part of the theatre. So there we go. Every clue solved. Every clue explained. No empty squares. Submit. Submit. Hope and pray. No errors. Fantastic. It was faint with an E. Phew, I was just waiting for that to come up with a 1. So, wow, what a puzzle. Absolutely super stuff, and fairly speedy compared to some of the ones which I've been solving recently, but a beautiful range of vocabulary and general knowledge. So, fantastic stuff. If you enjoyed the Times crossword, you might enjoy the Mephisto crossword, which is the same principles of cryptic crosswords, and also published by the Times each week on a Sunday, but massively harder. And I issue one of those each month to Patreons, and I've just recorded the latest one over the weekend, and it was absolutely fantastic, and that will be up on the 1st of November. So something to look forward to if you're a fan of the Mephisto crossword, or if you're interested in it. And just as a teaser, I will give you one clue from it. And the clue is Lord Wham Benga. And the answer is 4 letters long. So you might want to think about that clue. So back to this crossword. I think the snitch is probably in the 70s or 80s. Anyway, fantastic fun. I hope you enjoyed watching this solve. Like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time.